Donald Trump creyó que podía apagar este incendio mintiendo con descaro, que bastaba con posar como defensor de la transparencia, levantar la mano diciendo que apoya la publicación de los archivos Epstein y listo, todo mirando hacia otro lado. Pero resulta que el presidente subestimó a todo el mundo, porque lo que vemos hoy no es un gesto de honestidad, es un intento desesperado por tapar un encubrimiento que ya se les está derrumbando encima. Y lo peor es que hay algo nuevo, correos filtrados que muestran que dentro del propio FBI se estaba limpiando el terreno para proteger a Donald Trump. Sí, exactamente lo que temías. Redacciones direccionadas, nombres borrados y agentes trabajando horas extras para asegurarse de que ciertos vínculos nunca vieran la luz. Y antes de entrar en el escándalo de los correos filtrados, empecemos con que el presidente prepara como siguiente movimiento para disculparse, para blindarse, un posible perdón presidencial a Ghislaine Maxwell. Sí, lo escucharon bien.
Of Donald Trump's closest friend, Jeffrey Epstein, made a joke about pardons today. The man who seems to want to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell after she was convicted of luring young girls into the home of a rapist and sex trafficker who ruined their lives, made a joke about pardons today. And he told us the two people who he would never pardon. And those two people are not his old friends, Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein.
The turkeys being pardoned today go by the names of Gobble and Waddle. When I first saw their pictures, I thought we should send them, I shouldn't say this. I was going to call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon those two people.
But he seems to want to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. He would never pardon those two people, but he seems to want to pardon her. He would pardon Ghislaine Maxwell because she said to Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer, who is now his deputy attorney general, that she never saw Donald Trump do anything wrong. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell now afraid of saying that same thing under oath in a congressional hearing? Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal defense lawyers have told the House Oversight Committee that she will take the Fifth Amendment in answer to every question if they subpoena her testimony. That means if a member of Congress asks Ghislaine Maxwell, did you ever see Donald Trump do anything wrong? She will not answer that question under oath now. She will take the Fifth Amendment. And so someone who will not make the same statement under oath to Congress that she has already made to Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer is someone who just might have been lying to Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer, who's now his deputy attorney general. It may be that most of what Ghislaine Maxwell said to Donald Trump's deputy attorney general was a lie. That's why she won't repeat any of it, not a word, under oath in testimony to Congress. If Ghislaine Maxwell commits perjury under oath testifying to Congress, the next Democratic administration would prosecute her for that crime.
Y aquí está el verdadero punto. Lo más explosivo de los archivos Epstein no es lo que aparece, es lo que no aparece, lo que hace falta, lo que alguien se encargó de que no quedara registrado. Ghislaine Maxwell es el eslabón que jamás escribió, jamás fotografió y jamás envió por correo ciertas cosas que sí recuerda. Y eso, precisamente eso, es lo que Trump intenta mantener enterrado. Mientras la herencia de Epstein ha cumplido con las entregas, Maxwell hace lo contrario. Silencio absoluto. Y antes de llegar a los correos filtrados, vayamos un segundo al director del FBI, que acaba de ser desmentido públicamente por la administración del patrimonio de Epstein. Aquí está lo esencial. El FBI no estaba intentando revelar la verdad, estaba preparando un cortafuegos para Trump. Los correos filtrados muestran agentes reubicados, pagos masivos en horas extras y protocolos de revisión donde el objetivo era claro: sacar el nombre del presidente de cualquier documento incómodo. Fotos de allanamiento, videos de vigilancia, material aéreo, listas, registros, todo pasado por un filtro que, según los propios testimonios filtrados, debía eliminar cualquier referencia al mandatario antes de la publicación. Mientras el FBI decía transparencia, lo que decía era borrar huellas. Mientras Trump finge indignación contra figuras como Bill Clinton o Larry Summers, intenta que no notemos lo obvio. Él contrató a esas personas para protegerlo, no para investigar nada. Ahora, con Kash Patel acorralado, podría sacrificarlo para fingir limpieza, pero esta no es la única muestra del nivel de incompetencia y delirio en su gabinete. Y ahí es donde entra lo siguiente. Jen Psaki lo expuso sin piedad.
Donald Trump has been humiliated a lot lately. I mean, a lot. And most of the time, that is because of his own behavior. He's really done it to himself. No one made him fall asleep in the Oval Office, for example. But it's also because he's surrounded himself with people like this. I mean, those are two of Donald Trump's top law enforcement officials right there featured in that picture. That's Kristi Noem in those super stylish glasses on her red carpet and her red carpet sidekick Kash Patel spending their weekend hanging out in a pink Lego race car while attending a Formula One race in Las Vegas. Now, you would be hard-pressed, very, very hard-pressed, to find an example of a previous FBI director or DHS secretary, never mind together, in any comparable photos. And if this was a one-off incident, you might forgive them for having kind of, a little bit of fun after their rigors of their very important day jobs. But for Trump's cabinet, living like a C-list celebrity is the job. And no one seems to do it better than Kash Patel. Because the FBI director has been using federal resources for a lot of trips that don't sound at all FBI related. I mean, he has repeatedly used a government jet for recreational travel, including a golf trip with friends at a private island in Scotland, for example. Doesn't sound FBI related. That's not to mention his use of a government plane to attend a wrestling event in Pennsylvania, as well as a getaway to a Texas hunting resort called the Boondoggle Ranch. I mean, of all hunting resorts, Kash Patel could have visited the Boondoggle Ranch. Now, on top of all of that, Patel has also redirected SWAT team agents from critical duties, presumably like responding to actual emergencies, to serve as the personal security detail for his 27-year-old girlfriend. You can see a picture there right there on your screen. And now his headline-obsessed boss, Donald Trump, is reportedly having second thoughts about choosing him to lead the country's top law enforcement agency. MS Now reported today that Trump is considering removing Kash Patel as FBI director in the coming months, as he and his top aides have grown increasingly frustrated by the unflattering headlines Patel has recently generated, according to three people with knowledge of the situation. Now, if that were to happen, Patel would have had the shortest tenure of any confirmed FBI director in history, making it through only about a year of what is supposed to be a 10-year term that spans multiple presidencies. And this is how the White House decided to try and push back on that reporting. A spokesperson told MS Now, quote, President Trump has assembled the most talented and impressive administration in history, and they are doing an excellent job carrying out the president's agenda. FBI Director Patel is a critical member of the president's team, and he is working tirelessly to restore integrity to the FBI. He seemed like he was working tirelessly in those photos. Now, I will tell you, I know from experience that when the White House statement is any version of the president has confidence in or this cabinet member is a part of a great overall team, just look at the whole team, it isn't typically a very good sign. But she really left us an opening there with that statement, and it got us wondering, what are the other members of the most talented and impressive administration in history up to these days? Well, let's start with the other member of Kash Patel's pit crew, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Now, when she isn't spending her days playing cowgirl dress-up or riding around in Lego cars, Noem has been facing considerable scrutiny over reports that DHS funneled hundreds of millions of tax.
Lo que acabamos de ver muestra algo clave. Trump no dirige un gobierno, dirige un club de autopromoción. Funcionarios posando en pistas de carreras usando jets oficiales como si fueran taxis privados y desvían agentes tácticos para proteger novias, amigos, eventos sociales, mientras los archivos de Epstein eran editados a contrarreloj para sacar a Trump del escándalo en su centro. Esto es Rumor de Estado.